Good morning, world.
Good morning, world.
What are you eating?
It's Hershey bar for it's Women's Month.
It's a damn shame.
I'm Cedric.
And I'm Brian, and this is Cedric and Brian.
All right, welcome back, world. And as you know, this is the month of March, and we segued right from Black History Month in February. If you're a black woman, that's great. And transitioned right over into Women's History Month in March.
Do you need water for the chocolate in your mouth?
It's good. I don't eat chocolate. So if you're a black woman, you just doubled up on both months.
What happened? Why St. Patrick's Day is in March? Why isn't it Irish History Month or something?
Yeah, you guys are irrelevant. You guys don't. You're kind of white.
Well, I'm not. You're just calling you guys. I'm not Irish.
Oh, sorry. I meant to say you people. That wasn't right either.
I'm not Irish. Scottish, English.
I know.
Irish.
I know.
You always just like to put us all in one big bucket.
It's easy. That's what we do as a society. We put people in buckets. It's easy to categorize people when you put them all together, one big lump.
So did you miss me when I was gone?
Yeah, this is like what is it? Today's Friday. Yeah.
I got back last Monday. I was in Tennessee. I got my yeehaw hat. I went to the Uncle Nearest Premium Whiskey Distillery, and I think it's ironic that Cedric's wearing a Jack Daniel's shirt and I'm wearing an Uncle Nearest. Just so, you know, if you know, you know.
If you know, you know. I got the shirt on the training wheels of whiskey.
I also got this belt buckle while I was there. Cedric laughs at me because he was the country guy and I had nothing to do with country, and now I got boots while I was there.
You got your boots?
Went to French's.
They're not Ariats, though.
No. So, I got legit Tennessee Boot Company. I had to get Tennessee Boot Company boots. Anyway, so the reason we brought up Hershey's at the beginning, if you haven't seen, Hershey's decided to honor women for, what did you say it was?
It's Women's History Month.
Women's History Month.
And I think, was it the first or the second? It was actually Women's Day. Women's Day.
Here's the new face of women's history for Hershey's that they decided to pick. What do you think of that face, Cedric?
Very strong jawline. Very strong.
Obviously, nothing surprises me anymore. Nothing surprises
How insulting is that to, okay, like, we're going to celebrate women, and I have no problem with that.
Yeah.
Let's celebrate women. Let's lift women up. Let's talk about the great things they do. But let's use a biological male dressed as a woman to promote that.
I know. If you guys didn't catch that, this is a male playing dress up. Sorry, did I just offend?
No, that's what it is. That's what it is.
They decided to make him the spokeswoman for Women's Month, or what is it called? International Women's Day and Month campaign. So they're using a man playing a woman to celebrate women's national...
we are in bizarro world.
International women. It's like they won't let you, like Hollywood now won't let you, if you're not, like let's say they got mad at Bryan Cranston because he wasn't in a wheelchair and he played somebody who was in a wheelchair. Right? You know, it's called acting. So they don't allow that, but they allow somebody to represent women who's not a woman.
But then you'll get hate if you say that. They don't want you saying that.
I know. Just so you know that it's not. This is on Fox, but look at. I found it here. Found it on this side too. Headline: Hershey says it stands by its International Women's Day campaign featuring a trans woman even after calls to boycott. Now I don't want to boycott. I'm not a boycott type of guy. I mean, you want to buy Hershey's. I mean, anyways, who cares who's the spokesperson?
Right.
You know, a decade ago, you wouldn't know. There was, you know, without social media, nobody knew if they were doing some of this behind the scenes stuff. You went out and you just bought a Hershey's.
Well,
but now look what they do on the packaging.
Yeah.
I mean, Hershey.
And the she is in teal. Fuchsia? Is it fuchsia or teal?
Yeah.
I know my colors.
And what do they call it? They call it the Hershey.
The Hershey.
So her and she. So the guy's name is Johnstone, who's now the male spokeswoman for Hershey's females.
It's a damn shame.
We're just living in bizarro world.
This from a few months ago, we did that little spoof when Cracker Jacks decided they needed a special product, and so they went with Cracker Jill.
Yeah.
Because even though most of you watching out there who are old heads like us, it was Cracker Jacks, and girls enjoyed them too.
Yeah.
But they decided, we need Cracker Jill because there aren't enough women support out there for the candy popcorn market.
But so the other issue I had here, and I can't remember. I mean, and look at this. I found it on 3. It's on everything. So this is. Let me turn that off. This is on CNN, of course. The used to be a news network, so they talked about it too. But what they did talk about is the other people, the other women that they featured, because they picked, I think, 5 women. Well, they picked 4 women and a guy. And then the guy is the spokesperson, spokeswoman, spokesman. I think one of the other ones is a climate change activist. Why don't they find women that are like in business, like successful women in business? Hershey's obviously is a successful business that's been around for over 100 years.
Hershey's, Pennsylvania,
and they have a a house on Catalina Island.
Yeah. This reminds me a lot about going back a few months ago. Leah Thomas. So Leah Thomas, who was a spokesperson for women's collegiate swimming. It's like, well, why don't you use a woman who's actually breaking these records instead of using a biological male pretending to be a woman?
That's why I said there's got to be something. There's something going on. I mean, it's one thing for us to come on here and say, this is kind of dumb, but it's just being pushed so hard. And then CNN, I love how CNN does this. So the other articles, they just talked about how there's pushback. Even Fox, they just talked about the pushback. They weren't calling for boycotts or anything. CNN has to bring up that it'll probably pay off because, after all, Nike used Kaepernick when people didn't want him because he was kneeling in 2018. And they go on here and say, well, in a 2018 poll showed that among people aged 35 to 45, 52% of respondents were in favor of Nike using Kaepernick. So they're bringing this up. For one, they're comparing apples to oranges again. They're just bringing up another controversial issue, another politically charged issue to divide you. So we Cedric and I talk about this all the time. When you're going to watch the news or read the news, go in with your eyes open and know what they're doing. Okay? They're trying to divide us. They're even right here. They're just saying 52%. So basically half the country said it, they like it, and half they want. And so they're going to highlight it. Now with this one, I don't think it's going to be 52%.
I don't think so.
Because I think there's even non-woke feminists out there like J.K. Rowling.
Yes.
Okay, she's a feminist. She's a women's lib person, strong woman, very successful. And she says, look, there's 2 genders. So I don't think it's going to be 50%. I think they're trying to push and push and push. Oh, and I saw something that you'll have to school me on, Cedric.
Uh-oh.
I got to find it now. Go ahead and talk.
But did you know that coming up, and I didn't pay you your respects in the opening when we talked about the Irish. February 14th, we had Valentine's Day. And a good friend of mine, she told me that coming up March 14th is White Day. Did you know that? But I had to look it up. It's not what you really think it is.
What is it?
I think it's the antithesis of Valentine's Day. And I think the women are supposed to buy gifts for the men. But I was excited because I was like, oh, yeah, you guys get a White Day. So I thought it was a day to honor you as white people. But
you know better than that.
Yeah.
All right. Let me see if I can find it.
So make sure you celebrate White Day on March 14th.
I had to do it. I might have to bring this closer because this is a little further. But, okay, here it is.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty good.
Activist Faye Johnstone is a, let me know if you know this. You probably can't hear me right now. Is a 2S LGBTQIA plus advocate. Where did the 2S come from? Right here.
2S.
LGBTQIA plus. Somebody please educate us and let us know what all. Why is there 2 in front of there?
It's only 26 letters. They're gonna take them all. There's not gonna be any letters left for the rest of us.
Yeah, they've used
What's the 2S?
I have no idea. It just says she's a 2S LGBTQIA plus advocate. Remember when it was just LGB?
I remember it was just G's.
Yeah, exactly.
G's and L's.
Now it's yeah. So if those of you who are hip to the jive,
I speak jive.
Let us know what the 2S is and QIA. I don't know.
Well, I know it's lesbian, gay,
biracial, transsexual, queer. What's I?
I don't know what the I is for.
Intersection.
Yeah.
And then A? What's A?
A plus.
I don't know.
Because whatever you're doing it very well because you get an A plus.
So anyway, she's and this is Canada, so as if any of you watched Jordan Peterson, Canada kind of dove off of this cliff first.
Yeah.
So we just thought we'd bring it up. A short episode.
Well, tell them what our friends over at the Daily Wire are doing.
Oh yeah, so I had to. If you want to Google this, type in.
For those of you who've been following us for a while,
Hersheys.
When Harry's Razor went off the deep end with some stuff, Jeremy Boring, who is the CEO and a partner with Ben Shapiro of the Daily Wire, decided to come up with his own little razor company called Jeremy's Razors. It's kind of a spoof, kind of trolling them a little bit. And he said, hey, you know what? Do I dare troll this? Why not? So
type that in. It's Jeremy's Chocolate Binary now. What is the binary, you ask? So they have two types of chocolate. One has nuts and one doesn't.
The one that has nuts is the he, him. The one that doesn't have nuts is the she, her. The opposite of Hershey, she, her. And I said, what? That is like marketing genius right there.
Yeah. So again, they are trolling, but they are making the chocolate. I don't know where they're getting their chocolate from. It might suck, but just the concept of it is hilarious.
This dude's incredible. Like one day he says, let's start a razor company. Razors go out the next day. Let's start a chocolate company. And you can put in I guess you have to fill the orders for the chocolate now and they'll get delivered to you later. I don't know who they're using. Maybe a subsidiary of Hershey's.
Probably.
I can't see Hershey doing it.
Yeah, it's not going to be any part of them. But anyway, I thought that was funny. It's just, if those of you who followed us and started following us because of the NF Hope, I hope this isn't offensive to you. We're just two regular guys. We try to bring common sense into the and hopefully a little bit of humor into the world. And we are older, but some things are just truths. They stand the test of time.
Yeah, not being offensive.
It shouldn't be when CNN talks about from age 35 to 44, and they approve of this or that. That just it makes me sad, if anything, because it's like half the country just seems to be missing common sense on stuff.
Right.
And this whole thing, and we're guys. We could care. I mean, we have daughters, so we care. But really, it's not personal to us that they're replacing women with men, because they are. I mean, what was the swimmer you just said?
Leah Thomas.
Leah Thomas, beating all the actual biological women. And now the spokesperson for Hershey's for a month dedicated to women and women's success is now a man.
Yeah.
But
there's been this huge push in the last couple of years to make you feel guilty for noticing that.
Yeah.
And how dare you say that? How dare you bring that up? And they can call you an ist or a phobe. And once they call you that, that's supposed to shut you down automatically, and you're not to bring it up ever again. Yeah. It's like, how dare you bring that up? That person can be whatever they want to be.
How dare you?
And I've used this example before. Like I told my son when he was little, I said, son, I love you. So yeah, if you put on a red cape and you jump off the roof and you say you're Superman, I love you enough. I don't want you to get hurt to tell you, no, you're not. You're not Superman. First of all, Superman's not.
Now you're just making
black.
Sense. That's right.
Yeah, he's not black.
Well, your son's not black either.
Well, you heard that guy Michael Che?
He's white with a little Nigerian in
Yes. That guy Michael Che and the guy from, you guys went to Saturday Night Live, and they write the jokes for each other. He said they have a new black Superman, and based on the fact that Superman was abandoned by his parents at a young age, there's a good chance that he may be black.
Wow.
I know, I'll get comments. It's a joke. Go with it.
All right. So you spent money on Hershey's even after this. So
I ate part of it. I'm going to take it back.
Obviously, you didn't boycott it. Again, who doesn't love Hershey's Kisses? Chocolate chip cookies, you put some Hershey's chocolate chips in it.
Yes.
Just because their CEO, whoever's in charge of this, is an idiot, the product's still good.
Yeah.
So,
and like I tell my girlfriends, the thing about this chocolate, like the milk chocolate always melts in your mouth, not in your hands.
Wow. Okay.
It's a good slogan.
With that,
it's a great slogan.
Why don't you tell people to like and subscribe?
You're trying to get.
Right, before we do that, though, for those of you who watched our episode last week, we finally did NF Hope. Yes, we know. We admitted at the beginning we were late to this train. We will. One of the subscribers, he gave us a list, and he asterisked the songs that we should do reviews on, so that we kind of get caught up.
A few people did,
because we can't do every song. Because I looked at the catalog, too many. All we would do is just NF reviews or reactions. So what we're gonna do is probably just once a month we'll go back and we'll start slowly filtering it in. Maybe twice sometimes. It depends how hooked we get. Yeah. And so stay tuned for that. We are going to go back and learn the whole history of Nate Feuerstein.
All right, guys. Like Brian said, make sure you like, subscribe, ring that bell, and continue sharing our channel with everyone you know. And to all you women out there, we love you not only in the month of March, but all the other 11 months outside of this month as well. So don't let this 1 month get you on a dither. You pointed at something.
Yeah, don't forget to go on I Hate Hershey's and grab you some Jeremy's chocolate binary.
I think I'm going to buy some.
Just because it's funny. It's funny. Yeah. One has nuts and one doesn't. When the whole bathroom controversy came up, and they didn't know what to put on there, the whole gender thing. It's just like if they just put a penis on one and a vagina on the other, and then you look down, okay, I got to go on that one. It doesn't matter what you feel that day. You're going to go on the one that fits your biological gender of what. Because if you got a urinal, you got to have a penis to use a urinal. I mean, you don't have to, but you should.
Right.
So anyway, all right.
That's good. You done with that?
I beat that dead horse?
Yes.
We're not supposed to say that.
Yeah, don't beat a dead horse.
More than one way to skin a cat, can't say that.
No, you can't do that.
All
right, you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed that channel. Stay tuned for our next video, and our next one will be with Nate Feuerstein NF. Until next time, I'm Cedric.
And I'm Brian. See you later.
I thought it was pretty cool, though. I'm not sure for